Hi Rajesh, how are you?
Hi there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi Rajesh, how are you doing?
all good.
All good. So we are here for a demo coaching session, leveraging MERAKI toolkit, which is created by Abhyudaya. Um, so let me get straight into it. What's the topic you'd like to explore? What would you like to explore in the conversation today?
So I want to cultivate a new habit that has been on my mind and wanting to start it, but for some reason I have not been able to get going on it. It's journaling. There's so many workshops and sessions one has attended where the benefits of journaling are always uh, and writing down even more so are always highlighted. And for some reason I've not been able to do it, and I don't know where I'm stuck, because now I also have a book, a nice journaling book that somebody gifted to me. I like to reflect, so it's not that I don't like the process of reflection over the day, but the task of actually getting down to penning it down, that I am really not able to break through.
Okay.
Because I don't know what should I do? What do I actually pen down? Should it just be a chronicle of the day? Is it
Mm.
be the key learnings of the day? Should it be a random, whatever comes to mind kind of approach? So maybe I'm just being too intellectual about it, and in that process not being able to do it. But yeah, there's some blockage which I have not been able to crack myself.
Okay. So, Rajesh, by end of 20 minutes, what's the question you would like to answer for yourself?
I'd like to know how can I get started on journaling.
Okay. So, when you say, how can I get started, can I assume that you want to do it?
Yes.
Okay. You want to do it, but you don't know what to write in the journal.
Hmm.
So, the question is how to get started, or basically, the question is what to write in the journal.
Um, Two things I think. One is the motivation to do it, because I'm sure there is, if you want to do it, it'll happen because it's find a way. So maybe there's also a motivation issue,
Okay.
as also a little clarity on what should go in. Because once I'm clear in my head, okay, this is how I want to do it, then it starts making sense. Uh,
Okay.
so both ways, motivation and clarity.
So when you say motivation and then I asked you a question about do you really want to do it? You said you want to do it. So where are we? I mean, I see a conflict there.
Yeah, I think that's a very acute observation. There are a lot of things you want to do. They're nice, and I know it's good to do as a coach. I realize it's a good habit to cultivate. But yeah, it's somewhere there in the head, cognitively very clear. I mean, it's good to do, but it's not really being able to get it
Huh.
the body to do make it happen.
Okay, so I'm again hearing two things. I I should do it as because I'm a coach. But do you really want to do it? Is my question. Do you have a desire in that?
Yeah, I think the fact that I'm brought this up is something that. And somewhere that book that was gifted to me has been a trigger. Every time I look at that book that somebody gave me, a journaling book, I feel very guilty. It's a
Mm.
beautiful one. It almost beckons me to start on it. And I kept saying, I'll do it this month, next Thursday. And Thursday is an auspicious date, Sai Baba Day. So I always keep saying Thursday ko shuru karenge. Then I'll say, nahi, theek hai, weekend karenge. I don't know. It's weird. It's not terribly complicated. It doesn't require me to go and do a jog, but it's just not happening. And I'm stuck really on that.
Right, right. So Rajesh, my again curiosity is I want to do it because I'm a coach. I should do it because somebody gifted me a book. Do I really want to do it? Because we can find other ways to journal then.
Mhm.
So first tune into your own desire. Do you really want to do it? And maybe you can pick up a card to see what comes up as a response to this.
Should I do that now? Pick up a card.
Yeah, just think about the same question and pick up a card.
Okay.
What's the card?
Card is saying knowledge and experience on top and bottom. And in the center it says what has worked in the past.
Okay. And what's the symbol you got and what's the imagery?
On the left hand side, I see almost like a clock formed out of different clocks.
Hmm. Can
And
you show
then
it on the camera? Can you show the card on the camera? The clocks, okay. All right. And then there is a bird.
there's
Okay.
a little bird, yeah.
So what do you make out of this?
So there's a connotation of time
Hmm.
to the clocks. And then the bird is about freedom or flight, because the bird seems to be very calm and with the wings up, seems to be enjoying flying.
Okay. How does that connect to the question of do I really want to do it? We'll figure out the journal piece later. We'll figure out the coach piece later, but let's tune into your desire. Do you really want to do it? Is it your thing? You have to see that, right? It has to be your thing.
I want to do it.
You want to do it. And why do you want to do it?
Because I feel that once I start putting down things will become clearer for me.
So for clarity.
When I think about it sitting in my chair and I can gloss over things, but put it down, I'm forced to, that's where really the doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani kind of happens. You really have, you have no choice but to be clear about what you're writing down. So I think it'll pin me down for being clearer.
It'll pin you down. Okay. So do you have that journal that has been gifted to you around you?
Yeah, actually today, or to be honest, there was a lot of cleaning has happened in the house. So it's all ulta pulta right now. I wish I had kept it clearly. You'll have to give me 2 minutes to hunt for it then.
Yeah, take 2 minutes.
Is it okay?
Fine. Yes.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, there's lots of nice. It came around, I think it was somebody, it was not the new year. I got it in February, March. There's some very nice, even there are nice journal prompts also. There's a lovely set of about 11 questions. actually be good prompts. Now, they made it even easier for me. And I was searching for it here, but I'd kept it near my bedside, hoping that, closer there, maybe before going to sleep, I'll start it. So it's all like I'm saying everything is, the environment is suitable. There's a nice book. There are prompts. It was kept, but it has still not happened. The pages are blank.
Okay, awesome. Do you have a pen around?
Yeah.
Okay, and you have just picked up a card, right?
I have picked up the card that I showed you.
And how did that, what really that card did to you in this moment?
The question was what has worked in the past, and I was thinking that I haven't journaled in the past.
Okay.
So I was just thinking, does it suggest anything, or was it a pattern?
Because I think the whole conversation of journal is about doing reflection. So maybe the question is asking what has worked for you in the past in terms of reflection.
So what my reflection sometimes expresses itself through what I write. So when I write something, especially I'm talking about my posts on LinkedIn and stuff like that, very often it is something that is on my mind, searching it, and then I write about it. So yeah, so that's how it happens. But that's something that I'm putting out there on social media. It's slightly different from, while this one is far more personal, I can bear myself completely without worrying about, there has to be a certain audience for it. There is no audience except myself here. So that's
maybe that's the reason it's not getting started, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if you have to just write 2 lines right now in your journal, what would you write? I mean, you don't have to share with me. Just write something.
Now?
Yeah, why not? Let's give it a start. Anything. You don't have to worry about format, template, because there is no audience for it, right?
Yeah.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can share with you what I wrote.
Okay, sure.
I wrote, this is what came to my mind without just too much. I said the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, and well begun is half done.
Okay. So let's go back to the question that we contracted on. How to do it, right? That was the question.
Yes.
And then it converted into 2 questions, whether you really want to do it and how to do it. Where are you in these 2 questions right now, Rajesh?
Do I want to do it? Which I think I answered that I want to do it. How to do it somehow is not as daunting just now. Since I've now opened it and I've written it already, the first 2 lines, it's not becoming like that big mountain.
And there's no audience, nobody's watching this.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about spelling. You don't have to worry about structure. You don't have to worry about what you're writing.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we on this conversation? What else do you want to?
I think what is the big thing that has happened is that you made me do it, that resistance of actually always putting it down. The first thing, even like when you write something, it's the first line or something when you get started. I remember when it was very strange. I would never write, even in my corporate days, I would not write at all. And this is a new thing that I have actually developed after I left my job. And I remember I used to struggle when I had to write my first piece. And the moment I wrote the first piece, then I think there was no stopping it.
Mm.
I can correlate to this here that I think just by putting it there and starting it, it just becomes much more easier now. I think the resistance is broken even by putting these two lines.
Okay. Okay. So have you got what you wanted from this conversation?
I think I still have to get the content part still completely right in terms of what I need to do.
Okay.
First part about breaking the resistance, I think is done.
Okay.
Now this thing of maybe I can look at these journal prompts itself. It's not that these are just there and they're beautiful. Some of the questions that are here are pretty nice. And maybe they're good enough for me to get started as a prompt. And then I'd start putting down my own thing about the day.
Okay. So basically we are standing at a question which is what to write really. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right? That's the question. Would you like to draw another card for that?
What to write, yeah. You know, I'll tell you also, since you mentioned this thing, I also feel the same thing about gratitude. And I remember I've downloaded a gratitude beautiful share from your site. I get up in the morning and I say things, but after a point of time, I realize I say the same things. So I know that I'm, family and love and everything, but I don't go beyond the first few things. And then I look at people say, oh, the smallest of little things in life to be grateful for, it doesn't occur to me. So I was thinking that, is it also like that? And I'll end up saying the same things again and again. Will really be pointed about, and this becomes really something that I can use very well. So maybe I was just getting caught up in my gratitude things where I do my gratitude prayers in the morning, but I say the same thing literally, the 4 or 5 things that I really am grateful for. Go beyond that. So that was something that came to my mind, but I'll pick up a card now.
Let's see what comes up.
Okay. What if you ignore this now?
Okay, it seems you're overthinking about it.
Yeah.
What if you ignore right now? Yeah, maybe a question to ponder.
And there's a photograph of a spectacle, and the word is wisdom.
Okay. And again, you got a bird.
Oh, these are good. I thought this was just a common mnemonic. They'll keep changing, is it?
No, so there are three icons which will appear. So if bird is appearing again, it's basically a symbol of action. You need to take action. Don't overthink. Just take action.
But I just picked it up. It could have been any other random card, right?
Possible, but that's what has come.
Okay.
Okay. So what are the words which are on top and down?
Meaning and priority. Okay, let me see. The first one was knowledge and experience. And this one is meaning and priority.
Okay.
Yeah, I think very, very important. What meaning does it have for me? Important is it in my list of priorities? And I can also see there's a clock. If I connect it back to the first card that I drew, there was a time connotation. Clocks there. So if I link that also saying in terms of priority, how important is it for me?
Or maybe it is also asking how much time does it really take to do it? How much time does it need? Like just few minutes, right?
Yeah, actually it does not need too much time.
Yeah, and it never says you have to fill the page. You just write your reflection in one line also.
Yeah, but do something about it.
Again, I also want to go there to say, is it all about writing, or there can be other ways which can interest you? Because I heard you saying somebody gifted me a journal, I want to do justice to that. So maybe there is a conditioning which is saying you have to write. Is it really true? Can there be other ways of reflecting?
No, I think it is also because the journal itself was so beautiful. If it was just a plain piece of paper and write down something, I mean, people do, everybody does it, But it's just that it was so nice, and I thought this is perfectly. I've been wanting to do it, and what better way to do it? But now, since we are in June, it has taken me months to even have this put this up as a coaching conversation. This is the first time I'm actually having this discussion with anybody about what do I do? I want to do it, but I don't know how to get started on it.
Okay.
It's quite crazy because there's nothing really. I mean, there's no resource issue here. The resources are all in front of me. It just seems to be a mental block of what to put in it. What do I write about? You know? And maybe it's about if it's all new about me and I'm the audience, then why should I even be bothered about what am I writing? I mean, only I'm reading it. Nobody else is reading it.
You may even not read it ever.
Okay.
What if you don't even read it ever? You just write it. How about that?
In a journey of self-awareness and you, I might want to go back and reflect on where I was.
Sure, you can, but that doesn't need to be conditioned to get started, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
It
it just be for the joy of being in the now and just doing it without worrying about the past or the future.
Exactly, because I think somewhere one more mind block which is coming up is if somebody will read it, what will they think? Like there's no structure to it.
No, I was not even thinking of somebody else. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I was not thinking of the others here. I was just thinking of myself that if I were to say 3 months down the line, if the same question comes up in my mind for reflection, I might want to say, have I evolved? You know, something has changed for me in these 3 months.
Okay. Okay. So where are we on the question of what to write in your journal?
Or this question of what if you ignore this now? What to write? I'll just write what comes to my mind, frankly. I won't overthink it. Maybe overthinking is what is causing. I'll just write what I feel at this point of time. Something that's bothering me, something that's an issue, something that's the mind is thinking about.
Okay. And is that not what journal is all about? Journaling is all about.
Yeah, it is. Mm. It's a little, right now as I'm thinking, I'm just getting a little bit of a feeling of anxiety.
Mm.
And I think it's coming up in my chest. And it's almost a sort of thing of facing yourself as a fear.
Okay.
If I don't know, what if I don't know the answers to some of the questions? What if some of the questions I don't have very nice answers, you know?
And so?
And so putting them down makes it uh, thinking and banishing it is easier, right? You just move on in your mind, and but the moment you're sitting there and writing, you put up something, and you know, like this first question, what do you need more of in your life? That I'm reading from this prompt, and or whatever question. And if I don't know what to do, and I just start getting a little, I don't know about this, and you know, I'm not clear about this, and it suddenly creates a little bit of flux and anxiety.
Okay. So if your one of your clients says the same thing, what will you say?
No, it would be it would be a coach asking me these questions. If you were to ask me these questions, it will be the same feeling. When I'm asked for something and I don't know, the journal is probably doing that for me. It's looking in front of the mirror, and you see what you see, right?
Okay.
Perhaps that's where the stress, that's where the anxiety comes in. That if I do not know the answers to some of the questions that life throws up at me.
Okay. But do we always know the answers of everything in life?
No, we don't.
And what has that to do with journaling as a process?
One aspect of journaling, as I've understood, is also to put down questions for yourself, right? Not just report the day, which I think is easier to do. Reporting the day, or something or some reflection about an incident that happened, was angry, or if I was, reacted rather than responded, I could put those and I could report and reflect over some things, events that happened in the day, which is, I think, okay. If there are some questions which are deeper, which I don't have the answers, that would worry me if I don't know.
Okay. So how would you like to make this process more fun? Let's say if you have a choice, it's a blank sheet, right? It's a beautiful journal. It's an invitation to write anything you want. If you have to create a template of 2-3 questions, what could that be? To ease out the whole process.
Yeah. So I could even write things like, what gave me the most joy?
Interesting. Would you like to write that on your listing journal as a template?
You mean on the journal itself?
Yeah, so that it remains with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what gave you more joy is the first question. Anything else you would like to write in a journal whenever you come to it? We want to make the whole process fun.
Yeah, or also meaningful. I mean, as the card said, meaning, it could also be something, what am I thankful for?
Okay, gratitude.
Yeah.
And small things, right?
Yeah.
I got food today.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if it was Karela, I got food today.
Good. It cleans the blood. It's good. Okay. What else?
Yeah, this one is the one that will, I'm sure, cause a little bit of flutter. But what new thing did I do today?
Yeah, so it's a question that will challenge you. Do you really want to put that on your journal? Or do you want to put it when you're ready?
Yeah. Yeah, when I feel like writing happily that I've learned something new.
Yeah. So actually, whenever you learn something new, may get covered in the joy question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adding a new question may create some stress if there is no learning happen that day.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 questions.
Yeah.
Can you repeat your questions?
What gave me most joy today?
And what are you thankful? Okay. How are you feeling at this moment about your journaling process and how to write, what to write?
Nice. It's not that complicated. If I pick and choose what I want to do, and then get into it, and then there are automatically let it evolve. There are days when I am in a moods which I may be a little more pensive or I may be a little more reflective, somber, and those things will come in. When I am feeling lighter, I mean, I write what I feel like writing. And thankful, of course, could be a common question for every day, because there's something or the other every day to be thankful for. Yeah, I think this is nice. I'm sure I can even add easily 3 or 4 more.
Okay, so yes, you said in the beginning that you'd like to cultivate the habit. You'd like to explore through what's stopping you. You also wanted to talk about what to write, and I asked you, why do you really want to do it, right? How do you want to take this forward?
No, now that I have crossed the first hurdle, I think I will, and I'm just thinking now, as you ask me this question, if it has to be for the day, then I should do it at the end of the day. So I capture what happened in the day, or should I just keep writing whatever happens at any point of time in the day? That's the other thing. Or should I just do it at the end of the day?
What's the easiest thing for you?
Maybe I should just sit in the evening or night, I think, when I'm a little more relaxed later in the day. Or maybe I'm 2 spaces, or late afternoon or late night. Just sit at a time when I'm in that frame to put it down. Rather than do it on and off, because then I think it'll be disjointed, because I'll just write scramble. I'll just put a time. I'll do it one shot, either late afternoon or I'll do it late evening in the night. And I sleep late night, so maybe it works for me to do it late night. And that'll be nice to do it. So I'll start today itself with these 2 questions, which I already have, and add to that whatever happened, any event that really was significant and or with meaning for me today.
Okay. So, do you have what you came for?
Yeah. I came for 2 things. One was how do I get going? How do I get started? Which I already, and then the best part is I'm doing it in the session. It's not that I'm discussing something and then, the thing about, okay, now let me go and do it. And then there are 10 other things which are there to be done first. But now I've already started it. So it's really, I've taken the first step. That's the best part of it. And the other part was about what goes into it and what is this thing to be journaled. The saying is, I'm more easy now. I mean, the question about what is easy for me, and there is no formula, there's no set format that needs to be followed. I think you made me a little stress-free by telling me to make it fun. I was getting a little too serious about it and getting into those typical coaching questions and existential things, and I was thinking, oh my God, that makes it too hard on me, and some questions will be very painful.
No.
Makes me easier to say, okay, I mean, things like joy, and there's joy every day, some moments, nicer things. So I think that itself has made the task far more accessible of journey.
Okay. So how would I know you're doing it, and how will you reward yourself, and based on what?
I'll report to you.
Okay. How will you reward yourself, and based on what?
How will I reward myself? Maybe I'll have something extra sweet after dinner. I'm a diabetic, but maybe I can decide to have a little bit of chocolate or something, for the fact that I've actually done. And it's a big thing for me, to be honest. The first time I'm actually going to have a journal I used to write as a student and as a college. I would scramble, and I would write leadership quotes as a student and all. I would pick up things and I would put leadership quotes all over, and I think have an old one somewhere. But doing this kind of exercise is, is the first time.
So you're saying you'll write about joy and then you'll eat to have some joy. Like that. I like that.
Yeah, I'll have something, and I was also thinking when you asked me how will you do it in words, I thought you were talking about doodling or something that I can't draw. But when you ask me does it have to be written? In my head, I was thinking maybe it can be, you could stick a picture, you could draw a smiley. It doesn't have to be written as lots of paragraphs to be written. It could just be a picture.
Yeah, at times you can get a sticker and put it on your journal and say, that's my thing today.
Yeah, or like the bird picture that you said is so meaningful. So yeah, I mean, those could be the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are times you can just speak, have an audio message, and you can just draw a flower and say, that's the expression of my day. Anything. We don't have to get captured in the writing of things, right?
Yeah.
So keep finding new creative ways to express your journal. I mean, you can come and stick something, put a post-it, put a, bookmark, anything. Anything, literally anything.
Have fun with it, not just fun things.
Yes.
Fun with it. Yeah.
Have fun with it. At times, give a little bit of chocolate to it. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll just wrap up this conversation. Is it a good time to close? Do you have any more questions?
No, I think the thing would be now to be consistent about it and do it every day. Again, I don't want to if I do it once a week, I don't think that, I'm just thinking now, what should be the frequency, but I'll keep it free flowing. There are days when I would feel like writing more. There are days where I would not feel too eloquent about what I've done or something where I feel it could just be, but consistency will build a habit. If I just do it once a week, it will slip past, then, ek hafta aur nikal gaya and 1 week gone by. So I think the idea is to be consistent, not necessarily verbose or fill up the pages like you said.
Yeah. Habits are always formed with joyful experiences, not by regimentation.
Yeah. And maybe with more consistency as well.
Yeah. When you find joy in something, you feel like doing it again and again and again, and then it becomes a habit. So idea is how to make this a very interesting exercise that you are looking forward for that time. You're looking forward to do something creative on your page today. It's creating that relationship with the journal. Yeah. And when that happens, then it automatically starts. And it doesn't matter whether you didn't write for 3 days or 4 days, but whenever you wrote, you enjoyed that time with them.
Oh, that's beautiful, creating a relationship with the journal. Yeah. And I forgot to show you, there's nice, there's a very lovely, I'll send a picture of you. There's a picture of gratitude here, and then there are 6 symbols, and there are lines about gratitude under each symbol. So each element in the journal has been placed with great consideration and thought, resonating with the aura that we wish for this Patrika to bring into your life. So it's very beautiful.
Okay, interesting.
Thank you for making me use this. It was lying to be used. It was just waiting to be used. Yeah, today is a nice day.
Awesome, great. Did the MERAKI card help you in any way? I'm wrapping up, but then just a line on that.
Yeah, I think coincidentally the 2 cards that got picked up were what has worked in the past. Was a little in 2 minds because I not journal, but if now I read it in a slightly different way about reflecting, about how to reflect, and also what has worked in the past is also the way I write, because I love to write. I think that is where it also connected with me. It's that I like to write. Now it's just a way of doing it in a different medium and a different way of expression. for myself, but I love writing. So I think that was nice. The other one was, what if you ignore this now? And the word meaning and priority gave it a little definition for me, because it has meaning for me. Priority, yes, it has always been the question mark around priority, but that has also got sorted out. And what if you ignore this now made it seem like, I've ignored it for so long. Ignoring it now also would not be right. So I think the cards helped at least to build that kind of conviction around it.
Okay. Awesome. So thank you so much, Rajesh. I'll stop the recording, and I will look forward to hear from you about your relationship evolving with your journal to see what happens. Yeah.